Don't forget to like and subscribe, or you'll make us very sad.
Space!
So space is the only place that capitalism hasn't reached yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, but Tim Curry's going to allow it.
Space.
Space. I know we kind of already did a podcast episode this month, but some shit happened with an asteroid, and
By the name of Three-Eyed Atlas.
it showed some very strange tendencies, and let's talk about it. So, the thing that tripped me out is Avi Loeb discovering that it's showing non-gravitational propulsion.
Who's Ave Loeb?
Avi Loeb is a scientist who is a astrophysicist, obviously.
How do you
Who
spell that? O-B-E?
Aloeb.
Oh.
He is an astrophysicist who somewhat like advocates for extraterrestrials. He's been known to advocate for them in the past. So,
Oh, he's like a, I don't know. He welcomes his, interstellar overlords.
to an extent, yeah, he basically is like, look, they might be fucking coming, which he's never straight out said that, so I don't know that that's currently what he believes, but
So the comet is now like self-propelling.
yeah, which is why this is gonna be a space / UFO podcast, because this thing is displaying some really weird tendencies. It's propelling itself through space, which it shouldn't fucking be doing, obviously.
Oh.
No reason that it should be doing that, right?
Could it be artificial?
Potentially. The potential is there. Whether or not it actually, does, I don't know, but
I'm checking out the live tracker.
Oh yeah, the live tracker on NASA's website.
No, it's just 3iatlaslive.com.
Oh, the
And
actual.
Yeah, I've been messing around with a slider where you can like rewind it and fast forward it where it's going to be at.
You can track it. I don't know how long it'll be talked about before it's sort of buried to an extent, but the fact that it's moving along in space by itself is interesting, to say the least.
It's just like the was it like 8 years ago? The Moya came through.
Oumuamua.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
They still don't have a discussion that's widely believed for that one, because it was also propulsing by itself, but people were like, oh, it's propulsing because it's ice and it's melting, and it's like, no.
No, it's something different.
No,
It started glowing green too, like,
yeah,
or something.
Which also they're saying that some scientists are like straight arguing with it, but they're saying that 3i Atlas is changing colors, which would dictate that it's not made of one material. If it's changing colors, it wouldn't do that if it was an asteroid or something like that, because it was made of mostly one material. It would have a solid color.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the the term, the common conception of what are asteroids made of, like ice and stuff. I think that's starting to uh, get outdated. I think comets are made of a lot more material than just ice.
Yeah. I okay. They say space is cold, but if you stop and think about it, if space was genuinely freezing cold like that, would it? uh, would it be melting when it comes just from movement? If it's that cold, would it gain that much heat from friction? Like,
Yeah,
if
it's
it's cold
strange.
enough to sustain an entire block of ice for millions of years,
Right. It would eventually like, wear down. I don't know.
like, wouldn't you think? Yeah, wouldn't you think at some point friction will wear it down? But if it's that cold, it's supposedly not causing friction, but that goes against everything.
I'm no rocket surgeon.
We'll burn that bridge when we cross it.
Science, man. Magnets, how do they work?
Fucking magnets. How do they work?
So we got a weird, like, alien body soaring through our solar system.
Potentially, yes.
It's letting off a signal too, like some hertz.
Radio signal, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Which
giving off radio signals. It's glowing green.
giving off radio signals to me makes it seem like there is some energy source in it, because what else would be causing radio signals? It would have to be powered in some way to give off radio signals, whether by stars give them off through like radiation and shit.
I'm seeing the guy's name now.
Avi
Avi
Loeb.
Loeb. Yeah. AVI.
LOEB.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Excuse me.
He's one of those guys that he's an astrophysicist, so he's grounded in legit science, but at the same time, when you stop and you look at his stuff, it's just like the man clearly has his head in the sky.
All right, guys, we got some updates to 3i Atlas here.
We're watching a short video
Yee.
about it emitting radio signals.
I feel like there's something to it with the radio signals.
Okay, the guy sounds like Filbert from Rocko's Modern Life. Can't concentrate. Yeah, there's definitely something weird going on there.
I think so.
Did you know that the term flying saucer originated from a civilian guy, just a business guy, Kenneth Arnold, in 1947? He flew over Washington State and saw these crafts, and they moved like skipping saucers on a surface of water.
I heard
And-
something about that in a
Yep.
video.
So once he went to the media and said that, the media just picked up on flying saucers. And then from then on out, they were referred to as flying saucers. But it's not really what would describe them.
Not
But they
necessarily.
happen to be that shape. They just happen to be that shape too. So I guess it worked out. I thought that was interesting. All this UFO sightings that started in the mid 40s.
Yeah. Well, there were sightings posted before that. No, obviously it's not like
Throughout history.
big
yeah.
things. Yeah, it's throughout history, little things, but
But this is like when it really cranked up, Like that one time the those lights over Washington, DC, and they got the military out there and started firing into the air. You probably seen it.
The Battle of no, that's the Battle of Los Angeles, wasn't it?
Yeah, I want to call it that too, but I thought it was in Washington
There,
D.C.
there was something in DC, but I can't remember the actual name of the event. It was
There's a show on Netflix called Blue Book, and it does a very good job at portraying historical events happening. By the government hired J. Allen Hynek as the lead of that team to go hunt down eyewitnesses and more or less tell them like, nah, you didn't see that.
that sounds that sounds right. Yeah, that sounds like something that would happen.
Yeah, check it out. Check that show out. It's really easy to watch. Like, it keeps you hooked, and you learn something about the origins of where all this UFO stuff kind of took off. Project Blue Book. So after he was employed by the government, Hynek went on to start, interviewing abductees and showing up on TV shows, and he changed his mind later in life. He really started to believe that UFOs and these people are seeing, the things that they are seeing
Yeah.
and witnessing.
Yeah.
You think UFOs and cryptids are connected?
Some of them. Because
Like
of
what? Like which ones?
let me make sure I get this fucking name right. The Dover Demon?
The Dover Demon.
The
Yeah,
Dover
that was,
Demon.
That was a straight up alien, wasn't it?
It just looks like the stereotypical gray.
Rake. Yeah, like a rake, like a thin gray person.
But there's more to it than that. If you go back, you've got the Native American legend of the Moon-Eyed People.
Right.
Cherokee legend, and obviously I would connect very closely with this. Cherokees always talked about these small, pale people with large eyes that would come and visit, and they spoke a language that they couldn't understand, and things like that.
Huh.
And then if you want to go even further, what connects to them is the black-eyed children.
Yo, black-eyed children, yeah.
That
It's like
has
like
been
little
believed to
doppelgangers.
be connected to the moon-eyed people in some way, shape, or form.
I think so too, yeah.
However, the moon-eyed people also, or the black-eyed children, sorry, if you look at the pictures of them, they eerily look kind of demonic and spiritual in a sense. They don't look like legit humans. They look very much paranormal.
What about the I forgot the name of the freaking monster. It's in Fallout 76. There's a bunch of these in Fallout 76.
Oh, okay. So the Flatwoods monster.
Flatwoods monster. That would had to be. That was definitely a freaking alien.
We're getting into cryptids that I know a shit ton about. These are the cryptids of West Virginia, not only because I'm a massive 76 player with thousands of hours into it, but because they have some of the coolest cryptids in the world, and over half of them sound eerily extraterrestrial. So
Straight up.
the Flatwoods monster in 76 is legit depicted as a Zetan alien in some sort of metal battle suit. That is kind of how it was described in the mist. It was very large. It had a metal suit, and it had these large eyes. It looks very much like a Zetan alien.
A spade-shaped
Um,
head.
So if you also connect Mothman, now this is one that I've done thousands of researches on. Mothman has been seen not only in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It was also spotted multiple times at other big tragic events around the world. It was spotted at Chernobyl recently when the Russians blasted a hole in the cask at Chernobyl. They started seeing him again. There was another sighting of him from someone who had never heard the legend of the bird being flying around Chernobyl when it happened because he wasn't born yet. Never heard this legend.
It was spotted in Fukushima.
Fukushima, it was seen. It's entirely possible that it is some sort of extra paranormal, like some sort of extraterrestrial or paranormal being that is like warning humans, is like, this is a bad thing. Get the fuck away. Which connects back to what's his name, Indrid Cold, who is widely believed to be an alien.
Yeah, that guy was an alien.
But he is linked.
Sure. I'm on the fence about Mothman. Is it like an alien or is it terrestrial? I don't know. But that Injured Cold dude, yeah, he's a straight up alien traveler.
Injured Cold also kind of strikes as a interdimensional being in a way. But he's described as getting out of a device that looks very much like a spaceship, so it's entirely possible that it's just, he's just a fucking alien.
Man, I want to talk about that later too. Is like, you think, what are they, extraterrestrial, terrestrial, or interdimensional?
Interdimensional probably is more so aligned with what they are.
So that's saying that they can fold time and space and then travel to,
they can just open wormholes.
Yeah. You think is it in the terminology of like 3-dimensional to a 4-dimensional? Or are you talking of like maybe like a comic book alternate dimension?
Well, the 4th dimension is time. So it's entirely possible that they are beings from another time. And
I would like to
let's
think
not.
I think they would lean to me more of terrestrial, and some of them, not all, but I think some of these are like terrestrial. And hear me out, like a breakaway civilization, right? One that came before us and kind of just went into hiding underground, like Antarctica or some shit.
Possible.
And they send out like scout ships once in a while to check up on us Neanderthals.
Is possible.
And hell, it could be just a little bit of all 3 columns. Who knows?
It could be possible. I think the thing with Mothman that trips me out is he's always seen around anywhere where there's like high radiation.
That is funny. Aliens also, like, they love to swarm around nuclear testing facilities.
So people want to talk about, he was at the bridge collapse in Point Pleasant. Well, there was a bunker where he's known, like, has been sighted at, that's highly radioactive, where they have some nuclear stuff or some atomic stuff even. Like bomb shelters that they used to house stuff, and that's where he was seen at, which is not too fucking far from where that bridge collapsed. So it's entirely possible that he sensed something was going to happen over there and went to go warn people. Don't know why he would do that, so don't take that with a grain of fucking salt. I don't think he's a benevolent being. I believe he is fully anti-hero and is only out for himself, because he, would have saved people if he was benevolent. Or if he was malevolent, he would have not been there when it happened, but he would have been the cause of it.
You seem to like warn people, like they got weird phone calls. Well, I mean, warn is like, loosey goosey terminology. They all got creeped out over weird phone calls, and then I guess it's kind of like the curse of a premonition is that you know it's going to happen but can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's why I say I don't believe I don't feel he's malevolent or he wouldn't warn people. He wouldn't be he wouldn't catch himself spotted if he was the cause of the shit. But then if he
He's
was
not
truly
traveling with stuff.
benevolent, he would try to stop the bridge from collapsing. So I feel like he's not really in it. He's really in it because he's just here to survive. I don't think he's
Maybe he's not allowed to interact. Maybe he's a scout. Maybe he's like a researcher.
I don't know.
Did you know that Mothman doesn't actually look like a moth?
No, he looks nothing like a moth and looks closer to an owl, which actually was how the early reports of him they said he looked like a moth, but he
He
every report after that it was very owl like. Even the statue in
first,
West Virginia looks more like an owl than a moth to me.
yeah, it's got a pointy face to it. The first few eyewitnesses described it as a like a bird-like man, like a human body, but it had like bird wings.
Oh yeah, like the teenagers.
Yeah.
But
hmm
there was some early ones that said that it was moth like with like dust coming off of it and stuff, and that's never been reported again.
Yeah, I don't think. I think. Yeah. How did they? Let me Google that. How was Mothman named?
Yeah, from what I've heard, uh, there were some really early reports of seeing a giant moth-like creature that would like dust. They described it as moth-like because he supposedly was dusty like a moth, and he was attracted to the light of the car or something. And I'm like, that makes no sense whatsoever. But okay.
Wiki. Mothman. In American folklore, Mothman is a name given to a humanoid creature that was reportedly seen around Point Pleasant from November 15th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967, yada, yada, yada. Let's see. Couple sees man-sized bird creature. Something. The national press soon picked up the reports. Da, 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 yada, 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 yada. Sandhill cranes. Yeah, they thought it was cranes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been supposedly checked, and it was a crane at one point. They thought, and all kinds of shit.
The original drawing by Roger Scarberry looks like the old Looney Tunes character was just hair.
Oh
You remember
yeah,
that guy?
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that guy. Black creature whose eyes glowed red. That could have been anything. Slender, muscular man, 7 feet tall, white wings.
There are a lot of really weird reports of beings with glowing red eyes that
Large fur. Yeah,
aren't like
red eyes.
connected.
Yep. Uh, like Sasquatch.
Yeah, like they're not connected, but there's a lot of them that seem to have these features.
It glowed like bicycle reflectors. Yeah, Bigfoot sightings also have these weird. Uh, they said not reflective, but like it emanated light. Cool. Little history lesson there.
Interesting. But yeah, Mothman.
Alien. Cryptids that are aliens.
That would be a pretty decisive list.
Aliens that are cryptids. It might be interchangeable, like ghosts, aliens, cryptids. Do you know of the works of Jacques Vallée?
No.
He is a ufologist. These guy studies eyewitnesses' testimony of UFOs, and I forgot what degree he majored in, but uh, he's real big in the study of ufology and theorization. And basically, his book is like a really famous cover, and it's an alien holding masks in front of itself. One is a devil, one is uh, a blonde white Nordic person, and another is like a cartoony alien with the green skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that book. I think in that one he talks about his he theorizes that aliens might be interdimensional, spiritual.
Interesting. They might be
You shall.
spiritual lyrical miracles.
Spiritual, lyrical,
Miracle.
miracle. Do you think actual whistleblowers go on 4chan?
I don't know. There was a rumor that fucking Taylor Swift was on 4chan, so maybe.
Yeah.
You never know, man. Maybe.
There's a few posts that got me to thinking, like a few 4chan posts. I've never even visited that website. I just know all about it from like YouTube videos
Mm-hmm.
talking about 4chan. But apparently, whistleblowers from these government agencies, they get on there and anonymously, start answering questions.
I mean,
It could be easily like a LARP, easily. But if you open your mind up a little bit and say, well, what if? Kind of scary. Now, I think science is always changing. There's new evidence popping up all the time, new conclusions. Therefore, you gotta change the way you think about something. We're always learning something new. So today's impossibilities could be tomorrow's like probabilities.
it's potential. Like, there's potential there. I don't know though.
I like to think that some of these accounts are from uh, like a breakaway civilization that we don't know about. I think that idea is really cool, like fun to think about. Well, I mean, that's subjective. It could be terrifying.
Yeah, it's like the age-old thing. It's like there's two possibilities: either we're alone out there or we're not. Both are equally as terrifying.
Yeah, I love that quote. It's great. So, the Nordic alien type.
Yeah, the tall white person with blonde hair, blue
Yeah,
eyes, yada yada.
I think they're part of our breakaway civilization.
That's gonna get into some weird shit because there's that kind of, I guess you would say, belief is like the people like the Nazis and whatnot.
That they tried to find them.
They
To
were actively looking. They didn't look up to a superior race of humans. It's like it feels like they were actively looking for a race of aliens.
It could have been absolutely
It
like
feels like
the
the quote unquote
know,
Aryan race is described exactly how the Nordic aliens are described.
Uh, Old dude went all the way to freaking Tibet, not to study, their customs, but nah, he went there looking for, evidence of,
Yeah,
you know,
signs of
lost
extraterrestrials.
yeah, lost civilizations, and where else did he go? Machu Picchu.
Let's not talk about the fact that he actively, like, not a myth or a conspiracy. The Nazis had a base in the South Pole. They went to
So,
Antarctica. Like, they have
so it's
like
common
records of
knowledge.
it. Yeah, they have records
So,
that they have sent ships to Antarctica.
so check this out. So it's common knowledge that Nazis fled to Argentina, right?
Yeah, like they're still alive. They're not alive. Their descendants are
Are
still
still there.
alive today and have
There's a
done
village.
interviews.
Yeah, there's a town there that were like all the people there are blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah, they're
In
all
South America.
Germans. Everybody in the
Right.
town. There's not a single Spanish person in the entire town.
So if you go further down south, you eventually get to the South Pole. It's like
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not
right
that
there.
far from South America to the South Pole.
So it could that's like a honest to God possibility that I think they tried to make contact with them or did. Remember that the story that of Admiral Byrd and how he found he took that expedition to Antarctica with his airplanes, like a whole flight.
I don't know the full story.
So his estate said that they found a journal that he had tucked away, and in it detailed him meeting the civilization inside of Antarctica.
Interesting.
And guess who were there? Nazis.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Do we live in a Indiana Jones movie?
It feels like it sometimes.
I think we do. Oh, did you hear that they think that they solved the equation to prove that we're not in a simulation?
No. What?
Yeah, look that up. That mathematicians said it was a impossibility that we are in a simulation, like impossible. The people who understand math, they say the math ain't mathin'.
The math ain't mathin'. I don't know.
Dude, to me, math is like some magical arcane form that you have to like a wizard in a D&D and just study all your life. A math wizard.
A math wizard.
Do you think that some SCPs are real creatures?
Hmm.
Hmm.
No. Yes, but no.
You know, the skinny, slender, gray cryptid, like they call it a rake.
Yeah.
You heard of that? You know that started online on creepypasta forums, just like SCP.
That was one of the ones that when I watched that video, you're talking about the walker thing. It like
I
walks on its hands and
maybe
feet. It looks like
maybe
almost like the modern description of a Wendigo.
right. So, yep. Here's what I'm getting at is that all these stories, these creepy crawly creatures that we tell in creepypastas, I think they probably may have a kernel of truth. It started somewhere, like a some kind of primal fear.
That's entirely possible.
It's not just like SCPs. Like I know most of them are like impossible. It's just the great storytelling. But some of
Yeah.
them, like it could be like based off of cryptids, which is based off of eyewitnesses. I was watching a video about eyewitnesses of those rakes, and that shit is so scary, dude. You seen the video where the guy, goes around his house with his video camera and tries to shoo this thing off of his roof?
No.
You catch a glimpse of it. I'm trying to send it to you. I'm trying to find it. But yeah, I think some of these cryptids, man. I think they're terrestrial aliens, maybe some of them, possibly. I don't even know what the video is called.
I wouldn't even know.
How to even search for it. Rake on man's roof. Start gonna just gonna see a garden rake.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll know it when I see it. I think this has the video in it. Trying to. Well, hello. Trying to find the video without a creepy, weird commentator in the background. Now that's
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
Grabbing his camera.
difficulty impossible.
While searching, he accidentally pointed the lens upward and spotted a creature standing.
One thing I forgot about is the AI videos, man.
God,
no longer can we trust like any video that's coming out now.
It's
so
bad
sad.
that there are literal instruction videos on how to spot AI videos now.
Dude, it's getting so bad. That
It's been bad.
we were talking about aliens, and like if footage of like a UFO would land in someone's yard, it was like, oh man, that's sore too. Damn this AI.
I'm gonna start taking real creepy videos and putting a Sora logo on them.
No, don't do that. That'd be part of the problem.
I'm gonna start fucking with people and be like, yo, look at what I just made.
And it's the Twin Towers.
It's the Twin Towers collapsing or some shit.
I was trying to find a video of this guy going outside and looking at his roof, and this rake-like creature was skittering around on top of it. Can't find it.
Ah, there we go.
But yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Do you know anything about aliens that we don't, Nick?
Well, what have you discussed so far?
Tell me your secrets.
That really
About
depends. I've experienced some things, but whether it's I believe it's us from the future or
A time traveler. Oh.
yeah, a quantum experience. But when I was growing up, there were quite a few times where we would go out to my grandmother's house in the country, and she had a big bay window. We would always stare out into the woods, because it looked creepy out there with the horse pasture and everything. Well, when we spent a summer out there after coming back from Kansas, I would always stare out at the horse pasture, and eventually it got to the point where I was seeing 3 to 4 white figures standing in the field or at the edge of the field staring back.
Huh.
Wasn't until I turned into a teenager moved out of my mom's house, moved in with my grandma, that I actually got to confront what I thought was the entities, but honestly, I don't feel, like I actually confronted those beings because
Maybe
my uncle
different.
does play paintball out there in those woods with his buddies, but those are bright white figures. Like, I mean, luminescent white.
That's strange. Yeah, that's strange.
And they always look like an owl.
Like a barn owl or something. You know?
No, like a newborn owl or a wet owl.
Oh yeah, those.
Horrifying pictures.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh,
think
I
that
know
was
what you're
cool?
talking about. Yeah.
You think that was extraterrestrial or like a terrestrial? What do you think that was?
At the time, I thought it was my imagination.
Could have been spiritual.
To be honest, could have been spiritual.
Possible.
Very well happened. I never shy away from the spiritual. I never, deny religious either.
You can't
I
rule
feel like
out
all of these things have a part with each other somewhere on the line that we don't understand.
exactly. It's kind of like the theory of relativity, like
Puzzle
everything-
pieces.
Yeah, everything's got some kind of string into another thing. Like how I think Bigfoot has something to do with lights in the forest, and those lights has something to do with UFOs, and like
I feel like Bigfoot has the secrets to the inner earth, and he guards them very well.
bro, inner Earth. I was just talking about a breakaway civilization. You think the breakaway civilization might have created Sasquatch as like a
No, I feel like Sasquatch or the Sasquatch people were here well before us.
right? I think so too. Man, we're going way off topic. We're going
Way off topic, because I mean that does deal with aliens though, because
Well, it's
the
not
aliens
just
invaded the Earth, and this was their planet, which
Yeah.
is
What if- and we're the
why
alien.
we don't have the proper melanin for the sun. Get
Bro.
sunburn.
I was thinking about that too, dude. Like
There are a
you put-
lot of things that tell us that we were not supposed to be on this
We
planet
are not
specifically. We were on another one.
yeah, this planet at any time of the day could just kill us. You take an average person,
Hmm.
put them like without any of the stuff that our technology, they would struggle and or die, like just outright.
Especially the people of these days.
99%.
Idiocracy really is becoming the truth.
So like 90% of this planet is just brutal. It would just kill us. How the hell did we? It's weird.
How did we get here?
Magnets, how do they work?
That's another thing. Whatever hit Earth and made it wobble so wobbly. I don't think it was the moon. I do believe it was something that is still in rotation around the cosmos, like 3i Atlas, and how it's coming full circle now.
Oh yeah, we're talking about that too. So you're saying that the reason why we have a tilt is that something bumped us?
And we're getting into the three body problem there with that as well, because as soon as that tilt is created, its gravitational force creates a different type of pull on all the other bodies around it.
That
And to
reminds
think
me.
the sun is flying through the galaxy a billion miles an hour, and we're all following it.
I know somebody personally who doesn't believe in astrology, and
But they believe in astronomy. I've heard some people who
wanna
they
ask
full on believe that shit without
I wanna
believing the
ask
other.
you believe in astrology? You think that the position of the stars affects us in our daily life?
Yes, because we weren't from here, and
You're
that's
not
my culmination. We're not from here, so yes, the stars affect us quite differently than regular creatures of the night or day. Like wolves
wanna-
howl at the moon instinctively. Why? Why is
I
that?
want to hear this from Goatsy. What do you think?
I mean, the radiation can affect us greatly. Depending on the position of the stars, we could be getting hit with pulsars or any other form of.
Well, coronal mass ejections, in and of themselves, they can kill every human
Yeah.
being like that.
Well, that's a given. But do you think that because Freddie Mercury is in the microwave, that you'll have
Retrograde
you'll have
or Gatorade?
a very fruitful day or something. You think you'll have fortune.
Well,
don't-
I know two things that affect my my mood and my overall outlook on life: the barometric pressure and the temperature.
Yeah.
If it's too hot, can't do it.
Stuff like that.
Barometric pressure's falling, it's gonna make me ill as a snake.
Stuff like that, 100%.
And if I can
person-
drink the air, we've got a problem. I'm in Florida.
So the person I know, they think that astrology is bullshit. Well, I guess
The
strong.
Mayans didn't think it was bullshit.
The moon, like the moon, has a
Yeah.
gravitational effect on Earth.
Yes, it does.
I was
Even if
gonna
it's
say
hollow, it does have a
100%
gravitational
does.
pull.
Yeah.
Now scale that up to maybe like Jupiter or Saturn or something, and let's say this gravitational pull is lined up with another gravitational pull from another planet.
The
That
billiard
will-
effect.
yeah, it trickles down like in a way of like
Well,
I think
less trickling, more. It's like a lineup of billiard
more
balls.
more of a, like a wave. Yeah, I guess.
The energy will transfer from planet to planet to planet, but
So
last
in a
planet's gonna
way-
be fucked the most.
So I think in a way it's the study of the stars and the movements and positions with a little bit of fortune telling,
Oh, it's
Mixed-
spoopy in DRG, guys.
huh?
It's spoopy in DRG.
I
Off
do miss
topic,
I do miss the RG.
but it is spoopy right now.
I think it was a very fruitful topic.
All right, so more on aliens. The biggest problem that I think we're facing with this is that we believe we can do anything about it. When that event that happened in Florida, at the mall, yeah, I haven't forgotten that shit. No, there were 8-foot tall entities that were appearing and disappearing, and scaring everyone around.
Did you see that? Did you
inhabitants.
see the photos, the aerial photos of the police?
On the board, on the strip where all the cops were lined up, and at one point you can actually see one of the alleged 8-foot tall entities right next to a car walking by it, affecting everything around it.
I don't know about that, but I do know that it's fucking weird that they had like 90 cop cars respond
For
to
some
like,
kids fighting with sticks.
Yeah, there was more to it than they say.
I know bullshit because I'm a bullshit salesman.
They didn't have
That
all those.
stank.
There was something else going on. Whether it was
Yeah, no,
something.
you didn't have every cop in the county, and then the next county, and then the next county lined up on the fucking Miami boardwalk or strip, ready to go arrest some
straight.
kids.
Whether or not it was paranormal or not, you don't have that many cop cars if it's just some kids fighting
You
with
don't,
rocks.
yeah, no, you don't scramble the entire bacon force and then call your buddies in the next state over and ask them for help. No, you don't do all that
There was.
You listen to Art Bill.
unless it's a problem.
Do what?
But we
You
are
listen to Art Bill.
also, I believe we are phasing in and out of another universe, and it's fucking up a lot of things for us
like
and for them.
And Berenstain.
Mhm.
Yep.
Baron Stains
You
and the
listen to Art
Monopoly
Bill?
guy's monocle,
listen. Hey,
the cornucopia.
talk show. Art Bill, Coast to Coast. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
No,
No, you never heard of it?
no, I'm not particularly feel fond of talk shows unless they have a good subject they're hitting.
It's a radio. Well, I
And
mean, I
those
think
are
there's a.
those are hit or miss.
Yeah, there's
Basically,
a,
it was a really chill guy on the airwaves, and he would have random people call in, and they would talk about some off the wall shit, and he would react to it, and sometimes it was a gold mine. Like some of the people on there was just fascinating.
Oh, the public, they are a peculiar bunch of beings. In all my lines of duty of service and work, whether retail or food, I've met a lot of smart, dumb motherfuckers.
I work in the trucking industry, and some truckers come in, and I've got a few spooky stories out of them. Mostly just UFO sightings.
Oh yeah.
Some are like really like close call stuff.
Have you
Excuse
got
me.
any sightings you want to talk about, Bear?
Me personally, there was one time I thought I saw one, and that was it. There's not much that I haven't seen anything really. I'm just a
I
believer.
might be able to enlighten or add some light on this subject of when you think you might be experiencing entities like that. If you ever hear a sharp ringing in your ear, just one ear,
I heard
9 times out of 10, there's an entity either coming into the atmosphere or already in it.
No. So check this. Like if one of your ears ring, it could be your the little hairs in your ear dying.
Well, yes. The
Both
hairs
of
in
them.
your ear die, but
But
I
if
have
both your
multiple
ears,
cases of ear ringings.
yeah,
These are
if both your
peculiar.
ears,
It's a very light but consistent ringing. It's not I don't know another thing that can make this sound. It's
it's
like
like
a slow and light grinding metal.
that's them entering our dimension.
Like it's like they're not supposed to be here, but they're invading the dimension itself or the planet, and we can feel it because of the magnetic field around the planet. It affects us as well as everything else.
I was listening to a Bigfoot eyewitness show, and they were talking about noises they heard in the woods. And one of the noises that really struck me funny was the sound of a car door closing, like in the middle of this mountain trail, like way like 80, 90 miles from civilization. And it sounds like a metallic door shutting. And they're like, what? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? I like listening to eyewitnesses.
That
who call in,
could be
and
antlers on antlers, but they got to be heavy antlers.
Yeah.
like a
But
like a
that's hard
metal
to mimic.
metal gate shutting or a car door.
No, like a solid steel car door being shut.
It could be like two rams hitting themselves on the head.
They got to be heavy rams to make it sound like metal.
Yeah.
Like heavy rams.
Their horns are made out of the same thing
Now,
your like fingernails
a
are.
skinwalker maybe.
Quit interrupting, Badger.
Me.
You,
Ow.
yeah, you
Ow.
interrupting goatee.
We'll continue. And don't sassy me, sassy.
Their horns are made out of like the same material as like fingernails. So clacking together, that typically it will sound more like bone than it will metal.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like a thud.
Yeah, it'd be more of a dead thuddy sound. It won't be quite that bit of a noise.
So, did you know that the vice president of Bush, Dick Cheney, he died?
Yes.
So
Did somebody
he-
shoot him? Please tell me somebody shot him.
Yeah, I made the same joke. I
Gotcha.
said, did he go hunting?
Yeah, was he hunting? Did he have an orange vest on when he got shot?
Dude straight up shot a guy in a hunting trip.
Yeah, he
But
did.
anyway, but anyway, the reason why I brought him up is that he was like the guy that stopped disclosure of UFOs and UAPs or whatever you want to call them in the government, like government
Fucking
eyewitness and
cunt.
stuff. So he was like the main proponent of not releasing eyewitnesses and statements and stuff. Like
So
he held
you're
it
telling me he is the reason we have Giorgio Tsoukalos screaming, "It's aliens at us"?
Yes.
possible.
That's
But
a
you could've-
whole fact.
This whole Congress meeting and stuff that they've been having recently, we could have had that like 10, 15 years ago.
50. Could have had that 50 years ago when Roswell hit. Where the military personnel couldn't even feel safe reporting something like that.
Roswell happened. Well, what happened at
Well-
Roswell happened like in so many different countries, like South America. It's happened in South
Russia
America.
has
Australia.
more hits with
Russia?
foreign objects from outer space than anybody else.
Oh yeah,
That's a
'cause they-
massive landscape of ice.
So they got a big ass landscape. But like Roswell, the incident, like crash site, military response, military covers it up. Eyewitnesses come out and speak. That situation has happened like dozens of times in just a few short years after the 40s. You heard of the South American town Varna, the Varna
Mhm.
incident?
Oh
That
yeah.
shit was wild, dude. A
Have you heard
military
about the dog whistle?
the military guy in that town, he picked up the alien, right, and put it in the truck. He later died of infection. Like, what the fuck? It's weird shit. You know the video of Skinny Bob?
Skinny Bob.
Yeah. Have you seen that
Mhm.
video? Skinny
I,
Bob?
I don't think I have.
Do a quick Google search and type in Skinny Bob.
You should enjoy it.
What it is it's like an interview.
Uh, I've
And it's a
seen.
video, and it's basically someone's interviewing the little gray.
So I've heard of this, and the thing is how I heard of it was the guy who made it was admitting it wasn't real. That was what it was supposed. From what I saw, it was supposedly a guy. The guy that made it claimed it was. He admitted it was fake. The guy that put it out or something.
Yeah. Right. So this happens in like all over the paranormal landscape, is that someone will put out a video of something and then backtrack it and say, I faked it, that didn't really happen. Uh, like um, the uh, Patty Bigfoot video.
Patty
What's his
LaBelle.
name? Bob Gimlin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good
He
old Gimlin.
he basically came back out. One of the guys said that,
He
yeah,
recanted
I knew
everything.
a guy who made a suit. He did that and this. I think they get, but basically, I think they just get paid off. I think they get
Either
caught.
that or publicity.
They get caught by somebody and say, hey, if you don't come out and say that you fake this, then some nasty stuff is going to happen.
Yeah, leverage works pretty well on anybody.
They might have been coerced.
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 Proceed.
Yo.
Voluntold.
Okay, so this video in 60 FPS
Oh,
is so fucking weird, dude. I'm gonna send it to you. Bro, you've got to see this shit. I'm gonna post it to the Discord.
Yeet.
We're at the memes. No, links.
Links are posted in the clubhouse. You can post it in the clubhouse.
blood sugar.
Look at this. 60 FPS, and it's so eerie, dude. Uncanny. What do you think that is? Animatronic?
You can, God, this is gonna make me sound like a Google debunker. You can see the separation at the neck where you can tell that the head's fake. When he moves his neck just the right way, there's a gap between the neck, the
You can
bottom
see
of the neck.
creases where the body was actually held together
Yeah,
to
you
hold
can.
itself up.
In the
stacked
60
on top of each
FPS
other.
footage, you can clearly see it's fake. The
real,
blurry
dude.
original footage, the like blurry low FPS frame, it looks like it could very well be real, but that one, when he moved his head, you could see the bottom of his neck move up, and it wasn't attached to anything, and the rest of his body's still there. That was a dude in a
Well,
suit. That one was.
You know what? I can't argue any of that, and it very well may be, but it's real to me, damn it.
Have y'all heard of the Green Children?
Yes,
Oh,
that
yeah, we're
The alien green children. Yeah, they lived their entire lives and died. And they were recorded in our census.
those kids came from a supposed land that never existed.
Agatha.
Yeah, and they spoke a language that
Yeah,
didn't
it's crazy.
I know
exist,
that language. I played zombies on Black Ops. I know.
and
It sounds
I
like bleak.
remember this.
they wouldn't eat normal food. They would only eat like scraps of like things we wouldn't normally eat.
Do you think they got displaced in time, or were they from another parallel dimension?
I think that they were sent here as the last hope for their civilization, maybe,
Well, they got
or children that were saved from a cataclysm of some kind.
So
oh,
those
yo,
children
that's awesome.
over time, as they ate more normal human food and
They took on DNA from us.
they lost the color of their skin.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, I don't know how much of this I can remember because I watched this video a long time ago. One of
The
them
early death.
tested positive for like methanol poisoning or something. They like had absolute symptoms of like methanol poisoning after drinking water or something.
Weird.
They got
Strange.
really weird symptoms for a while when they were first discovered. They would get symptoms from things that you wouldn't like. Only if you haven't had this before would you ever get symptoms from it. Kind of like when people eat something for the first time and their body's not used to it, so they develop an allergy to it.
Oh, okay.
Something
Almost
like
immediately, yeah.
yeah, it was like an instantaneous version of that. It was like they would eat normal like wheat and stuff, and they would get like symptoms of like a virus that it would take from eating like hundreds of pounds of raw wheat in a single day kind of thing. And it's like,
Hmm.
how do they get that from eating a little bit of grain?
Do you
The same reason we get sunburnt. They're not from this planet, and their bodies know it. Well, my theory at least.
do you think that you know the UFO eyewitness story of this farmer? A UFO landed. He went out there to investigate. These normal looking guys in these shiny suits came out, and one of them was eating something, and he handed him what he later found out was a pancake, but it was like a depression era pancake. It was made out of wheat or something.
Oh, one of the struggle cakes
Yeah, it's a struggle. So it's basically made out of like some kind of
from World War
grain.
II.
Yeah, and it was terrible. The guy said, but they got back in their ship and they took off and they left them with that weird food. Strange.
Yeah, it's definitely not the strangest things.
Well, since everybody else has told their like I seen one story, I got one too.
Uh,
Bear, I've told you this before, and you were like, "Holy shit! Whoa, you actually seen something?"
yeah. Oh, I know what this one is. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was in like middle school, I was on the way. I lived, Toasty. You know where the airport is in Little Rock? The little airstrip. The guy
Yes.
that's got his little teeny airstrip.
He's the crop duster.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, right there. I lived in Little Rock, and I was on the way to town, right? And we got
Uh-huh.
right there, and I looked over. Something told me to look out the window that way, and when I did, I saw a metal saucer just hovering in the air. It wasn't fucking moving. It was just sitting there, and I'm like suddenly not remembering all the fucking details, but like it just fucking vanished.
Yeah.
It like
I remember that story.
literally vanished out of the sky. Like I blinked and it was gone.
Classic UFO.
That one, it it sounds so cliche and it sounds fake because it literally was a saucer, a fully metal saucer. There was no glass on it. If there was, it was reflective glass because this shit was reflecting sunlight off of every fucking angle of it.
Oh, it's bright, shiny.
Yeah, like
Polished.
it was clearly metal and it was floating in the air it wasn't spinning or anything like that. It didn't have any means of propulsion. It wasn't a kite because it was massive. It was probably as big as a fucking plane. It was pretty decently up in there in the air too.
Whoa.
And
Look.
it couldn't have been like a kite or something. It wasn't moving. It was just literally hovering there.
How did you feel afterwards?
You know, I
Like your
don't.
mindset.
To this day, I'm still
Yeah.
like, what the fuck did I see?
Did you remember it like later on?
Like
Like you forgot about it? Did you
no,
forget
I
about it
have
all?
like an eidetic memory, so I don't forget things normally. Like I'll blank on them briefly, but very short
Same.
amount of time is back. So
It's
like,
almost autistic the way I do it.
yeah, I have Asperger's.
Mm-hmm.
So it tis the tism.
Autism talks are the best.
So it never blanked my mind, but like it's one of those things that's like there's not really an explanation for it. But fun story. I had a teacher in middle school who showed proof back in like the 80s and the early 90s. She worked at a military plane testing site, and she talked about how every time they would test a new plane, they would get hundreds, if not thousands, of UFO reports the same day.
Huh.
Well, that goes with the consensus.
And there was even people that worked at Skunk Works that talked about the first time they test the stealth bomber, the one that's all
B-2.
blacked out. Yeah, the B-52 or the B-2. Sorry, not
Yeah.
B-52.
And it was B2 originally, but yeah, B52 became the actual, to date name.
Yeah, when they first
So-
tested it, they had so many UFO reports that they had to release a statement and tell people, please stop reporting UFOs. It's not a UFO.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't tell the public what it is because what if there's a spy watching the thing? It was a bomber tested to bomb other countries. They didn't want people to know about it. So, in my opinion, a lot of UFOs very fucking well could just be
Military.
unidentified because it's not released to the public. It could be declassified, legit.
Yeah,
Just
y'all
planes.
can't know what this is yet.
Yeah,
I've heard some eyewitnesses describe UFOs, and it struck me how they just described it. It struck me as like different from the other UFOs. Like it was large or it was very angular and it didn't, just zoop off like that. It kind of just
It
floated.
defied our physics for some way, shape, or form.
I don't know how to explain it, but I guess some of these stories, I was like, yeah, that sounds military.
have you?
Like-
Okay, my favorite jet, and this is so autistic to say, I have a favorite jet. The A-10 Thunderbolt, also known as the Warthog.
F-16 is my fave.
It is a subsonic aircraft, and it's not a jet craft. So it's classified like a jet because it's a fighter plane, but it's not a true jet. And they put it out in 77. That was like when they revealed it. In the 60s before then, people were reporting the test of it because it flew funny. They were like, it looks like a jet, but it's flying funny because it's not a jet. It's a turbofan plane. It's
Strange.
basically like a twin prop plane on steroids.
It was almost like the X-Wings, Star Wars.
Yeah, it
For that
flew
time,
funny,
yeah.
so people thought that it was something extraterrestrial. And it makes a funny fucking sound when it flies by. It has a really high-pitched ringing noise to it. It doesn't sound like a normal jet because it's subsonic. It can't break the sound barrier. So you're not going to hear no sonic boom. You're not going to hear it ripping its way through the sound barrier. It lies underneath the sound barrier, so
you
it
hear
makes...
the guns maybe, but nothing
Yeah,
else.
the guns hit supersonic, but the actual plane doesn't, so it doesn't make the sound that you expect. It makes a higher pitched, more whiny noise because it's two fans running at hundreds of thousands of RPM.
And most of the time they're going opposite directions, so you know
Yeah.
those counterbalance of wind forces really do fuck with your ears.
It can, yeah. It's like a vortex coming out the back of it.
And it's like almost like having one window open in a car. Good luck.
So military testing. So some of these things are doing some crazy shit. So if the military is doing that, that's wild. But I wouldn't say impossible.
I mean, the military apparently has this dog whistle that they can use to 100% make a UFO appear.
Wild. I've heard of people summoning like lights in the sky at will.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a
Well,
guy do it.
my belief in those would be that those are marked people that were tested on already or abducted already.
Could be.
Because from what I've sensed, most of the entities don't bother directly with us unless they have a reason to.
So are they telepathic? Are they spiritual?
That's a good question.
If they're spiritual, then that religion is real. Oh, Raggy. My noodle's cooking.
Me?
My noodle's cooking. My noodle is in my brain.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh? You're cooking noodles right now? What the fuck?
Brain noodles. They cooking.
You know how the human species is a species with amnesia?
No, I don't remember that.
Well, before we really lost our, longevity of life that we used to have, maybe around the Assyrian or Sumerian times,
Yeah, living like
our
Methuselah.
memory was a lot better. We could hold more information for longer and, live longer as well.
I do believe we were created in a way that we age.
We were, genetically altered. I know we were. For our DNA has a splice in it, and
Yep.
it's right at our mortality, or the thing that controls our mortality section of our DNA, right there at the middle. It's the only one that's split, and it's where the X comes in of our helix.
Well, if that's the case, then is it morally right to be immortal?
Man.
That depends on what you do with that immortality.
It got real deep all of a sudden.
Whoa, yeah, it did. That's what I said.
Philosophical. I think I'm all out of alien knowledge.
No more Aryans.
So, have we heard anything about that the sphere? Any updates from that?
What sphere?
Yeah.
Are you mean the Carmack of the Pernatheon?
No, I'm talking about the cube, the Tesseract. Yes, I'm talking about that.
The cube.
I don't know what you're talking about. Please update me.
The sphere that landed in, what was it, South America?
Oh, dude, the Bulga spheres. Holy shit, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Holy
See,
shit.
we're a species with amnesia. Most people can't think on it or realize that. Yeah, we forget a lot of stuff. Why do you think we can only remember what, like 16 faces?
16. I know about 3, dude.
Well, you can remember the details of their face, image, like not, descriptive. Like your eyes remember them, you don't remember them.
Ooh, a new Flesh Simulator video drop.
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
The Las Vegas shooting is the strangest event in the last 20 years. I'm going to watch that. We'll pull it up, pause it. Dude, his video about 9/11, about the Building 9, fucking had me like spinning for days. Like shit I already knew, like vaguely, but seeing it all like laid out like that in detail, it was like a whole nother level. I was like, whoa, fuck.
I feel like all of the alien information that we know that the government has is right behind the Epstein files.
It's got to be. It's in there. Like, and not maybe
They are
not
side by side, maybe in the same pamphlet or something.
They were trying to have that disclosure. You saw those Congress meetings with all those ex-military and talking about seeing those oil crafts and shit. They've done a few of those. It's moving slowly, but there's some crazy ground they're covering by comparison.
Mm.
They're talking about it. They got members of Congress interested.
That's dope.
That's funny. Anytime Congress is interested is when, their term's about to be up.
They had closed door meetings between I never forgot all the name. Jeremy Corbell, I think, is one of them.
That name sounds familiar.
No, I think that's an author.
Sounds like a rich, pompous asshole.
You might be not too far off. No, that's one of the names that came out of my head, but I didn't forget everybody's names. But look into it. It's a pretty good Congress meeting. Pretty interesting.
But can we address why Congress has like the longest term for any elected position?
Because they like getting paid to do shit.
The presidency isn't even as valuable as a Congress seat.
It ain't worth shit. I'm tired, fellas. I'm about to
Yeah.
log off.
Yeah. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to check out the streams live on my Twitch and all the uploads here on the YouTube. Links for all of my sites in the bio. Thanks for watching.